evening. So I was a little wound up today on that trade war with Clinton, jumping around a bit. So I did a little thinking. And so this is basically where we've been. Clinton put the Agenda 21, China favorite nation, trade status, NAFTA and GATT, put all that stuff in. I'm upset because Dogbone in the White House ain't come out and tell us who was responsible. So I don't watch TV, but the clips I seen of Trump said that this was a cause from past administration. And I would just think that he should at least try his best to put out a printed dossier of all the participators in that. All the senators, all the reps, anyone that was connected to NAFTA and GATT and Agenda 21 and agreeing to give Western land away if the dollar crashed. And that's what's going to happen. In his agenda, the way I understand it, and always don't believe anything I'm saying, just roll on down the line, man, and get your own information. But the way I understand it is all the federal land out west is all set to go to China for payment of debt that we owe them. So he brings up this trade deficit is supposedly on just minuscule type of companies that are dealing with China right now. And I'm trying to stay on subject. So this really blew me away the other day. I went and I ordered this pot online. And this is what Donald Trump's talking about, stealing people's property. The Chinese have been doing it repetitively, and they steal property. So they stole this from the Japanese. And what this is a vacuum valve. This is a vacuum valve for a 1987 Toyota. And when I got it out of the box, it looks kind of pretty cool, made in Japan or maybe America. And come to find out, it's made in China. So he's pissed off that they're stealing this intellectual stuff, number one. And he's pissed off that, hey, James. Hi, James. James. You guys, that fella right there is related to Captain Kirk. I've been told. All right. So this is intellectual property. I was very, very upset. This happened to me some years ago, back in the 90s, right when we started dealing with China. And I bought a Yaesu, I think it was an 846 ham radio. And this is a true story. Honest to goodness, true story. And it was quite expensive, and I opened the box. I was all excited as, a ham radio operator. And I pulled the microphone out of this long piece of plastic, and the plastic had the microphone head at the end, and where the place you hang it up, the clip to hang it up, said made in China. I put it back in there. I closed the box, and I returned the radio, and I called HRO, and I told them, I says, I want a radio made in Japan. Completely made in Japan. And so then we went with the radio that I have now. So this is intellectual property. These are probably some of the lower end people that are going to get burnt in this trade war, because these are the people that deserve it. They stole this. They stole this intellectual, you see. And so back in the 90s, when Bill Clinton signed all this agreement, and many Utahns and many Nevadans don't realize it, but most of your land is going to get gobbled up to pay for the debt. See, what people say is, I pay my taxes. You're not paying taxes. The Federal Reserve prints money. And this is very important to the story. They print money. You pay the debt on that money. The total number goes on your birth certificate. So our birth certificates now, James, for the best of my knowledge, is approaching $720,000 for every man, woman, and child on the planet. It's pretty stout money. You know, we bailed the banks out. They said they paid it back. I didn't see a receipt. So anyways, subscribe if you guys want updates. I don't know how much more I'm going to be doing these. But anyway, in the Constitution, you have no business owning. The federal government owns 10 square miles of land. That is in the Constitution, and I had constitutional debates about this many times with people who never spent time out in Utah or Nevada, backcountry. And they're absolutely right. But that land needs to be turned over, not for sale. That land should be turned over to the natives. That's my belief. The indigenous people should be turned over to. Bears Ears should have been turned over to the Navajo and the Hopi. I think that's all that control that, but I don't think the Utes control that. But yeah, they should have done that. That would allow me to be able to travel out west and go spend time in some of the most remote back countries. And James knows what I'm talking about. I wish I could get you up on here, James, and tell us some stories about traveling your backcountry down there. You said you Monticello and down into Blanding. That's some fantastic country, man. You get back there, you walked into dinosaur days. Right up near you guys, I had this fella bring me up there, and I can't remember. It was up towards Shoshone Campground, and this fella says, "Why don't we get out, walk around here?" And I says, "Okay." And I look down, and he's tapping his feet, and I go walking over there. It's a flat rock, and there I can't even put it on the screen. There's a big old footprint in the ground. I'm like, no way. This Alice in Wonderland. We having flashbacks. What's going on? And there are their footprints, and they're like 4 or 5 feet apart. I'm like, holy smoly. The coolest thing was there was a deep ravine there and a cut in the earth. If you go on the other side, the footprints continue. I just thought that was really cool. As somebody who never experienced that. I'm from back east. This is where I was raised most of my life. And it was when I first went out west was 78. We're going to Fort Irwin. We're going to go kill some Iranians, get our hostages back. And we went out there for a little bit. And I remember landing Oklahoma. I went to school in Oklahoma, AIT, learned to kill. And, well, I tell you, the day I land, hey, my friend. KZMU 941 106.7. Shout out to Radical Ralph. Dude, honeybees. Go to KZMU right now. Get shot up by some crazy woman. Radical Ralph. The first in the history of YouTube. I know you did. Listen to me. Go to KZMU. Open up another window and go to KZMU. James Kirk just was screaming there on radio. So if you didn't hear it, I'm talking with these guys in Moab, Utah, who are running a radio show right now, and I'm live on YouTube, and James is part of the DJ. James, this is Honeybees. He's really good people. And I land near Fort Irwin. I land in Las Vegas, and I'll tell you the date. was the day MGM had their big fire. I seen it right out my window. It was, I don't know, about 11 o'clock in the morning. And flying into the place, it was just, you know, there wasn't much light. But boy, we took that ride. War pigs, guys. War pigs. I want to hear war pigs. Anyway, so we landed there, and then we went out to Irwin. And I just fell in love with the desert. And it's just a remarkable place. I mean, I'm not belittling anything back here. This has its own things, you know. I'm just really blown away by the desert. So what does this all have to do with the trade war? I got a little off course. Steve, I mean, anyways, what's your name? James. I'll tell you, dude, this is big shit. This is big shit. This is real big shit. This trade war. This is real big shit. People aren't realizing this is it, man. Hey, and you know something? Last week, the Chinese said they're going to take petro yen. They ain't taking a dollar from Bayman. This is why we killed Gaddafi. And this is why we killed Saddam. Because they wanted to take, I hope I'm not yelling too loud. But notice I'm not swearing. I'm working on my language. I'm trying to be a good boy. You know, and now China, all the coal that comes out of West Virginia with our friend down there, that's all going to be paid with by yen, you know. So we're in serious trouble. Yeah. Just go to Listen Live KZMU. It's a little heavy music. But these guys are cool. My allegiance for years has been to another radio station out there in the community. And they're just like in this massive, hungry, greedy, you know, ID in every 10 seconds. And then, you know, where we do this in the community and do that. And I like getting back to basics, and I hope KZMU never changes that. That's very important to keep down home. I mean, you guys didn't have to like mingle with me so much. I mean, I'm not here to hear my name over the air. But yeah, all volunteer radio. And that's the problem with this, you know, and it changed. You know, James, I watch it. I've been on that channel since 2005. And if you ever find a guy named Brad Wheeler, I don't know if you know him. I told him, he says, I know where I was. I was in Cascade Springs. I was taking care of Cascade Springs, and I tuned in. I couldn't, no way could I get KZMU back then. I found KZMU on my way through Moab. Great station. I mean, I wish they structured it a little bit better and have, you know, the music programs like come out of KRCL, but you're not going to get that with volunteers, and I understand that. Real great station. Both of you guys have been in my heart for a long time, and they're just talking about how they need to raise money, how they need to do this, and I'm saying before you whore yourself, and I'm not going to mention the name of the Salt Lake station up there, before you whore yourselves, why not get rid of people that are getting paid? If you can't afford these people, then get rid of them. Enough of the radio station. I want to keep track on this because this is a real big story for me. So either Donald Trump is waiting for a state sheriff, a state governor to step up and say, you know, we got a lot of damage from this this intellectual stealing, and we want to sue them or something of that nature. Something needs to roll, and you need to put Donald Trump against the wall and give him all the support. And then if he screws up, then you know what you're dealing with. I watched a video tonight with Alex Jones. Alex Jones says he jumped in off the Trump train. I don't trust Alex. Alex has no, and I just don't like Alex. I watched Alex for years. In 2016, when he didn't do nothing about Standing Rock, when he didn't do nothing about Lavoy Finicum, I realized what we were dealing with. He did a couple good little shows on there that were pretty good. But no, he should have got a national movement on Standing Rock and should have shown that this is pure terrorism. Now, I was right inside and out of Standing Rock. This is a very sore issue as a ham radio operator. And if Honeybee's listening, they got on his ship for that shows we did. And what we did, James, with 2 ham radio operators, and we had a couple others join us. And then one of them, who had a good signal between all of us, called people and did interviews on Standing Rock, the first of its kind on ham radio. And it was so mind-blowing. We got a lot of good reviews. And then the way I understand it, the FCC went after this guy. So this is how sensitive this issue is. They really violated treaty. I just got, I'd like to give a shout out to Chief Chase Ionize, excuse me. And hope that he gets through this misery unscathed. But they already did misery. They locked these people up. They looking, I think he's 7 years he's facing for trespassing on his own Indian land. Crazy shit. So wanted to jump in here, and I can't believe I got 2 folks here. I'm really so psyched. I think this is really, really cool. I don't think we're in violation of any FC. The drumming. If you're listening, War Pigs would be really good. You know, and growing up, I was really into a lot of music, and Ozzy Osbourne and Rolling Stones were some of the people I didn't listen to. I didn't listen to. I wrote Rick Wakeman from Yes, Bad Company, BTO, yada, yada, yada. But I didn't listen to Ozzy. Ozzy was a devil worshiper, and I was brought up from a religious sect, gang, and I really believed that they were, you know, satanic. And then this was, I don't remember when it was. I think it was a couple of years ago. I was looking up War or some shit on here, and War Pigs came up, and it had the lyrics, and I never heard the lyrics to War Pigs. And what an anthem, man! What an anthem! And you know, the lyrics in that song are very, very powerful. It explains what we've been dealing with. And when are we going to jump away from this? That's my question. As a human being, I'm getting old in life, and my life is short, but there's a lot of young people behind me. There's a lot of young people behind me. I don't want to see them have to go through the same 30 years of tyranny because we didn't change the way we're doing business. I'm not talking about overthrowing the government. I'm not talking about getting rid of the Constitution. I'm not talking about any of that. It's just a mechanism in which we live. And the mechanism is state. And there are many people that are out there waiting for one state in this nation to succeed, formally succeed from the union. Right now, from the union, Utah is out of all the states in Nevada, financially probably stand the very best to be able to do that.
Judas Priest, can you hear the record crackling? I'm just going to leave it on, man. Because what After Hours with The Rock Wasteland. After Hours, right here James T. Kirk, Chris P. And, you know, Easter is not starting on time. Tomorrow. Hey, that was a great party for KZMU the other day there at the Mark, celebrating 26 years of live
26 years.
Grassroots community radio. That's right, man. I was totally impressed.
You know, I could hear you guys from Abajo once in a while. Once in a while, we get a tropoducting, and once in a while I could pick you guys up. But hey, all solar, honeybees, all solar, all solar, all volunteer too. And yeah, well, I'm not going to stay on here long. It's getting kind of late, and I've been pretty sick. I've been battling Lyme. But and my dog, I don't know if you can hear my dog. He's doing so much better. Yeah, he's doing really good. But this is a bigger, and I wanted a video to leave behind. I don't know if it's do any good, man, but I'm not the type of person to just let shit go. You know? I'm not looking for monetary gain. I'm not looking for fame. I'm not looking for anything. All I want to do is have a record that this is what happened to us in the time. And I don't even remember when Bill Clinton signed it. I think it was 96, 95. I don't remember. To Trump's announcement that the trade wars have started and all that. You know, crazy. And everything's going to go up. So now I got a whole bunch of theories now. Okay, so this intellectual property is being targeted in, if this is, I'm just using this because this is made in China. If this intellectual property is being stolen and has a tariff on it, well, what does that mean for us? Like, say this from Japan was worth $300, and from China it was only $50. In other words, they still sell this. And if they still sell this, what kind of damage can they do, especially with electronics that go into a car? All right, I'll hang in there. I'll hang in there. Thank you, James. Play it for the world, not for me. Play it for the world, man. That should be our national anthem till we straighten things up. You know, these big bad guys in NFL worried about who's kneeling down. Fuck, fraggle that. Sing War Pigs instead of the national anthem. And you know, make it look real, man. Yeah. We love you guys in War Pigs. Morton Tire Call up there. They went out of business. Or they moved to something. I think they're still making TOW missile rockets. So you guys are a fascinating part of the world. And I did like extensive travel in this country. And there are a lot of places in this country that really, really shine for what they are, you know, really, really shine for what they are. And overall, real good people. I like to see more of the Navajo reservation, but they really ain't too kind to us. Real great story. If you haven't seen it, go to YouTube and type in Water Lady on the Navajo reservation. She's the only one delivering water, fresh drinking water. Some years ago, there was a mine, and they took all the sludge water and released it, just like they did Animas River to cut the water up. That was John McCain and Harry Reid. There's two people, and the other senator from Arizona ain't too keen either. He ain't too keen on Native American people. I just think we should I think this, if you believe in karma and you believe how things go around in a circle, everything goes in a circle. I think coming here, asking permission to settle and being kind about it and having a Christian value that was so special, it allowed us to get along with anybody. I'm gonna let my dog in. I think he wants to come in. And hang right out.
That's right, we're listening to an extended version of the Rock Wasteland. What an epic evening! Oh my God! I can barely keep it in. Obviously, Rex is not here for the Ear Rooster, so we are. At least we're a lot. We have our own lives.
Where were we?
Call us and keep us going. We'll stay on the air. Or you'll get the jukebox.
I don't remember where I was. Bottom line is, I want everyone to understand how.
He's on the air right now on YouTube. Good old YouTube. You've been hearing a lot about it lately. Go check it out, man. Radical Ralph Russo. About us and a lot of other things too. What is he talking about, man?
The last I was in there, it's the other studio, so I got to move back and forth.
Yeah, we're in between two studios to check it out. You know?
But then we have it on in here, then it messes with the audio. So I gotta run back and forth. You're talking about War Pigs.
War Pigs,
and
right?
Should be.
It's the national anthem.
We need to respect War Pigs until you to be ready for new race.
Yeah, that's true. Really true. I thought Ozzy was a devil worshiper. You know.
War Pigs from Black Sabbath, the patron saint of the rock wasteland.
And I found it really, really repulsive that somebody could write that. And then when I called it,
my very first album that I bought, or it might have been even elementary, I don't know, man, but it was Black Sabbath, and it was Master of Reality. That was the first album I ever bought, and
the proper record. Right?
You guys want to know mine? It was made in Japan, Deep Purple. And then I had a girl that really liked me. She gave me Ziggy Stardust. And of course, your Peter Frampton album went to your girlfriend. If you didn't buy a Peter Frampton album back then for your girlfriend, you would got shut out, man. Girls love the man. Peter Frampton, rarely underrated rock and roller. He pretty cool and humble pie. You know, wrote some good stuff. A good story. They almost got killed, by the way.
Well, you know, this extended version of the Rock Wasteland has featured nothing but vinyl. Classic vinyl, man. We've got both turntables operating. I'm so psyched, man. I've been playing nothing but vinyl since I got off.
It's a big difference. It's a big difference, you know. My ears aren't all that keen. But album is much richer. Vinyl's way more richer than CD. And, you know, I was always hoping.
Behind the Wall and Sleep. How can I forget, man? They played that tune when I saw them live about a year ago on the final farewell tour of Black Sabbath. I saw them in Oakland, California.
Wow.
Coliseum.
That's a badass town from what I heard. A lot of homeless going on.
Then we got into some Deep Purple. Deep Purple, and we played Into the Fire. Into the Fire. Classic Deep Purple.
Mule,
Deep Purple.
Highway Star. I love the rhythm of Highway Star an awful lot. That's really.
Off the Obsession album, pack it up and go. All vinyl. Right here on the Rock Wasteland on KZMU, the Museum of Music.
I love this slight delay as you scoot over to the turntables because they're too far from the microphone for you to read. And you got to scoot over to grab the album, lean back, like, oh, this is let it play.
That's right, man. It's classic DJ action here on KZMU.
KZMU.
Find it anywhere else.
We're not robots. We're up here. We're all down.
No, and you know something.
Support, financial and otherwise. So,
Like there's like a calmness to it, where what's coming out of the other place from the DJ, a couple DJs there, is just like commercial. It doesn't seem like they have any heart or soul in it. And I'm not turning them down. There's some good people in there. There's good people that left there. You know, I'm telling you, some of the most brilliant people I heard on radio. Anyways, I'm going to listen to War Pigs, but I think I'm going to shut off. I'm going to shut down. I just wanted to get that across and all the rambling. I don't know how to edit. So I tried. I've been on here, and I can't figure out how to edit. I want to do this not live, and then edit everything the way I like and all that and move forward. But just too much for me, man. Too much thinking. Too much hurting thinking. Like, just aggravated. And I go to steps and it don't work. Already tried. So, yeah, this trade war is big time. Basically, he's telling us that it's done. That's what he's doing. He's telling us it's done. And what he means by that is they don't have enough war to float the Federal Reserve with all the debt that we put out. Remember, your dollar bills say all debts will be paid on this bill. And
when I saw Sabbath several years ago on the
so they're running the debt up, and they don't have no way to float it. Nobody's using now. China isn't using our currency, and that's what they need. They need pigs to buy into this shit. And I call them pigs because religiously in the Bible, and when they come to my house with a Bible knocking on my door, that's the first thing I ask them. What's said in there about debt? And you're all worried about taking the mark of the beast and stuff. You got a birth certificate. Basically, that's a mark of the beast. That goes on the New York Stock Exchange. That isn't conspiracy. Go look it up. And go look at the amount of money that you put on our people. And ran debt up on all these people in this country. And people are working hard enough. So I think we're going to have a real tough time feeding people in not too distant future. Trump was already talking about delivering meals to people that are on welfare and get rid of the card. I don't know how you're going to afford that. And you think about the places where food would have to be delivered out there and not in the city. So it'd be a real big task. I don't see how that's possible. And I see automation coming in. Automation's going to do a tune on us. McDonald's already got a complete kitchen all ready to go. All ready to go. I think there are 2 people in the store. One cleans up the parking lot, the bathrooms, and one takes care of the burgers and loading up the machine. And that's it. Kroger, I heard Kroger out there out west is got a fully automated store now. Fully automated. You walk in with one of them gadgets and you click it on each item, you load your card up, and then you go pay on the way out. And then at night, they got robots to actually pick up what's left of a case of tuna fish, slide a fresh case of tuna fish, open the thing up, and there you go. Now you don't have people stocking the shelf no more. So how many are we going to lose in the next year? Guys, James, Honeybee, maybe write it on your wall as a question. You know, April 5th. April 5th. You know, how many people are we going to lose since April 5th in the employment in this country? Let's see. I know prices are supposed to skyrocket, so I don't know about that. I know my gasoline going up here. I'm really not too happy with the price of gasoline. The price of gasoline should be about, at the very most, $1.90 to $2.20. Way up there. I think it's 65, 265 or something. So it's going to be interesting. I just, you guys, you young folks, you know, just, you know, only thing I can say is when you go back country, is just respect it, because there's a lot of people like me that can't get out there. When I took care of campgrounds, and people come from all over the world, and I realized that people came from all over the world to visit my campground. And it was pretty remarkable. I took care of camp out there, and it was very remarkable. And just take care of the land and try to protect it from oil, gas, and mineral exploration. You know, the old mines in the backcountry, you know, they're pretty cool to go visit, but you don't really want to start digging that land up or drilling it. I think we're going to have to, though. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to dissolve our western land and rape the crap out of it like you did Bonneville Salt Flats. By the way, James, if you guys are listening, that picture is a Bonneville Salt Flat. My what do you call my screen picture there? I don't have that picture. I can't find it on my computer, so that's the only copy of that picture. It's a pretty remarkable picture. It's before sunrise at the Utah Salt Flat Racers Association event. It's been about 2007. And we ran Track Stewart down there and tried to give aid to people who were on fire and had terrible crashes. It's gone. It's gone. I started going there, I think, in 2005. And I got a place up in them mountains. I'll take you. I got a picture here, a hard picture. And hard picture, you look out, and there's no more salt there. It's all gone. And my question is, if you take that white salt and take it out, and now you got tan earth, what's going to be the end result of that? Is, you know, Salt Lake going to start seeing 110, 115 degree weather? You guys all have a good night. Thanks for Ozzy. This is real cool guitar in here. I like that. Good night, guys, and thank you. You take good care of yourself. I don't know whether I'm doing right or wrong. I don't care no more. My country's going in the shitter, and I just want at least some people to be able to educate it about what's going on in our time in life here and with the presidency and all. And I hope it don't work all out that bad. You guys have a real great night. James and the rest of you guys are awesome. What was his name? I forgot. I'm old man. Please forgive me. James, write me your people's name. I'll say it on over YouTube. All right, I gotta go. Good night.